Hey, hello, and welcome to this week's BL review. I am going to talk about this week's BL shows. Four of them. We have Tharn Type, a new episode. We have History, Make Our Days Count, two episodes, and we got the last Dark Blue Kiss, and we got a new episode for for I Am Your King. Okay, so we're going to discuss the ups and downs. It's all my opinion. This is an opinion based on some knowledge that I have, but also what I like, what I don't like. I hope you enjoy it. So let's get into it. First of all, we're going to talk about I Am Your King. I Am Your King, the first season they had a really small budget. It was almost an unknown series. Not many people had the chance to look at it. And I really like it because they were not pretentious. They did what they did. I really like the acting. It was carefree, not very good, most of it, but they did some effort. And especially, I like a lot New Year. New Year is one of my best BL actors, my best favorite BL actors. He's gorgeous. He knows how to act, obviously, and also because he's openly gay. This is very important for me. I think straight guys shouldn't be playing these roles, and this is something that we may get someday. I think we're getting in the path. I have my reasons. Maybe I will do another video to explain it. Yeah, I like that a lot. Also, him and Tenten Sip are my favorite BL actors. So I really wanted to watch a second season having him, but it didn't happen. They kind of got a new cast. They got a new story. It's bigger budget, obviously. And yeah, well, I was kind of disappointed because even though I wanted to give it a chance, it is hard to be forgetful with this season. It has everything that the previous one didn't have, but it hasn't stepped up their game. It's hard to buy this whole college gang that reunite to be no homo, but they just play a game of kissing each other. And this guy gets involved, the guy that works at the cafeteria, underage guy, obviously. And well, that kind of made me uneasy. I hope they um, step up their game. I hope they can give us more than just fan service. But really, maybe I didn't have to have a lot of expectations. It's a still is a low budget series compared to the others that we have going on. So they have to do whatever they can in order to get an audience. So I understand that. We're going to watch it, but I really don't have a lot of expectations about it. Okay, so moving forward, we're going to discuss Dark Blue Keys. This week, again, Pete and Cow are in the same spot. They are really now going for all the cows internalized homophobia and how this is affecting Pete. Pete feels that he doesn't want to hide anymore. Um, Cow is like, I don't want to be seen. But I think it has to be with the thing that Cow actually identifies himself as a gay person since before Pete, and he has much more to lose. Maybe we got this uh, plot point with Pete and the previous season where his father was very okay with their relationship, and well, not everyone has that luck. So I understand the difficulty of coming out, even though I always felt that I didn't want to hide. But I understand it's a personal decision, but also understand that if you want to stay with a partner and you don't want to be in the shadows, you also have the right to choose. So it's interesting. I think that's much more interesting that the whole I didn't tell him that I still teaching none. It doesn't have a lot of sense. Also, they are trying to sell us a non as a villain, and I don't buy it. Also, I really like that character. I think he has the right to do whatever he wants, even how it's a little bit silly to lend in his um, phone and let him watch his code. But well, whatever. Maybe that's not that fine. But I understand the kid. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to see what happens with him. We all know that Pete and Kao are going to be together at the end, so let's just enjoy the development. On the other hand, I really enjoyed Morg and Son. I think they are the couple. I think they are the main couple actually of the series. Um, it's very refreshing and it's kind of weird, but it's refreshing to watch a couple of adults fall in love with each other in a consensual way. So I know that if I say it, it's kind of boring, but I'm going to tell you that's much, much better than everything that is going on BL right now. Well, maybe not History 3, but this is another story. But right now, it's very refreshing. We have Morgan and Son realizing they have a feeling for each other. They're like going through this phase where they are trying to understand their feelings. So I think it's very compelling. I really like it. I like the actors. They are gorgeous. They really know how to deliver their character. So I really enjoy everything about that couple. I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen next week. Right now, it really didn't happen a lot. They are getting close to each other since Morg is working at the cafeteria and he's working hard, and also he finds out that Son has money issues. So we're going to see how they face all these issues that are not really related to them being gay. So I really like that a lot. Okay, let's move forward to Tharn Type. You know, it really took me a lot of time to make this video. This is 1 week, 1 day late. And this is because I really wanted to be fair. I didn't want to just say whatever came to my mind at first. I really thought about it, and well, I have to tell you that even if I had some spoilers before about the series because I read some reviews about the books, I really had hopes that this would be better because, especially because I like Mew, I think he deserves a good chance. And he's a good actor. He's very handsome. He has main lead material. His main lead material. So yeah, I really wanted to do good after, and also Mild after all the issues with What the Dog. I'm still waiting for Strong to get his chance. His chance. So yeah, I really want to see him having a good role. And this, even though he was not selected for the final, he was in the final round, but he was not cast as Fana in 2 Moons. Then I knew that he was casted for this role, and I was like very happy that he was going to have this opportunity. And well, yeah, I was really hoping for the best. I'm still hoping for the best. However, well, they are doing something that I really don't like with the series, but I'm going to explain you why. Some people say that this is a game changer. This is a like a revolutionary series that they are changing the game, and I believe it could have been, and it still have a chance. But right now, I only feel like I'm going back in time. I feel like I'm in 2005, before Brokeback Mountain, before Love of Sam. So yeah, if I were in 2005, it would be revolutionary to have this main couple doing the things that they're doing, talking about sex and all of that stuff. Very easy. But also, I feel like we are in 2005. Harvey Weinstein is still the king of Hollywood, and consent is not really a big deal. And also with those rom-coms from 2005 where the guy just keep pushing himself and he just keep blackmailing the girl in order to get what he wanted. And that's pretty much what they have done with the character of Tarn. He's just this guy that, even though he's gay, he's like a very he's a player. He just manipulates Type in order to get what he wants. Type told him very clear that they were sex lovers. That was the best that he could do. He obviously doesn't have the same feelings that Tar has at this point, and he's yet not willing to go further. And then Type just makes a drama because this guy, well, he doesn't make a drama. Oh, first, he makes a drama because he didn't want to kiss him in front of everyone in the cafeteria. This guy that doesn't identify as gay. And then we see in the previous and the next episode scenes that he's going to make a drama because this Type is going after a girl. So yeah, it's a very old trope. It's very we have seen this before over and over, and I hope that we can just move forward. And let me tell you, I understand that the people are very excited about this. It's doing well. I understand also the business perspective why they choose to go through this line of storytelling. We have a very packed season. They had to compete with other big companies, so they choose to go for the sex. They are selling sex, and you know what? I'm going to take it for what it is, but that doesn't mean that I'm okay with that. Also, I have to tell this. It's very important. I wanted to share this with you. They are touching a real subject, right? The guy that is straight, but then it can sort of show you that he wants something with you, and well, you fall in trap. Sorry, and it's a very dangerous issue, and we had to leave this, especially the people that were before the dating apps. We leave this a lot because it was what it was. Usually, gay open people was not around a lot, and we had to well we fall in love. We were humans, and we fall in love with the people regarding of they are being gay or not. And usually it doesn't go well. Why? Because right now, today, 2019, we know that we are getting to realize that love, that gender and sexual preferences are just social constructs. That you can be fluid, you can be with whoever you want, and you don't need to have a label. But before we had a label because it was important, not because we really need it. The issue with labels is that it defines a point of view that we have. The issue with people that denies to have a label is because they don't want to get involved with being different. Let me explain this a little bit. They don't want to be called gay or bisexual or pansexual, but they do want to be called straight. They are still straight. Why? Because that is the status quo. They don't want to go against the status quo. They don't want to lose the privilege that comes involved with the status quo. And that is the issue because when you are someone that has defined yourself as something in the whole spectrum that we have in the rainbow flag, and you're trying to be with someone that still defines himself as a straight person, then you're going to clash because this person is not willing to go against the rules of society. And those rules are dying. But there are people that are still clinging on those rules. And there is where the conflict lies. And you know, I think that was important. It has been important. It's still important in some places. But for many people, especially young kids, right now, this is just garbage. They just are beautiful. They are gorgeous. They are young. They have internet to get information. They have apps to go out and meet people. And they are the young guys that are children of our generation, and they don't care if you are gay or straight or wherever you want to be. They just go and fuck each other, and they just go and fall in love with each other. And all these stories doesn't really talk to the guys on this era. And that's what I think. This is an old cliche that shouldn't have a spot on BL world right now. But it has is going to be very successful. I'm really happy for everyone involved in that. But I hope they can move forward and do more interesting stories. Okay, so that's it for Tharntype. And now I want to talk about history make our days count. If you have watched my previous videos, you know that this is my favorite ongoing series, and there is a reason about it. The reason is they really are portraying young, real guys, and if you see the series, you'll know that they don't really give a shit about what is going on in the world. And I think it's even meta, because they bring it to the game. If you see, for example, well, Chen Hao Ting is the example of the guy of today that doesn't really give a fuck about anything about his life, and I think that's very refreshing. And that doesn't mean that he's a bully. That doesn't mean that he's carefree. I think we get to see that when he speaks with his little sister. He's a kind guy, he's a loyal guy, and he just needs to focus on other people's needs. But it's okay because he's young and he still needs to learn. But we have these older people that thinks that they have the reason. For example, we can see that in the teachers, for example, how they manage the school, or his father, so his parents, and also with Sumbo interest, love interest, and how Uncle Chigan tries to stop him from going after Yushigu because they are afraid. We are generation, previous generations are afraid of life. We were taught to be afraid of life. We lived some very violent times. We suffered the bully, and there was nothing, no one to stand up against that. So we are trying to do that, but in the process, we're missing that young guys. They have the world ahead of them, and they are capable of manage it, and they have us, and we should be there for them. So I think that's what I can rescue from this episode, because especially when Uncle Chigan yields to Sumbo, is great. It's a great scene because he's really afraid. It's not about age. He's afraid of loving because he has had awful experiences, and a lot of us can relate to that, and he doesn't want to repeat that. But maybe he sees that what I'm telling you in this guy, he's seeing that he's not afraid to show love and to love. And maybe that was the issue with our generation. We were very afraid of showing love and to be loved, and we ended up hurting other people. So I think that's the point of this whole. That is the theme of the season. But also, we are seeing the development of Yoshigu and Xiang Haoting, their relationship. And there was a comment on Facebook about a friend that said that this was the BL letter of love from the series. And I think it has some parts, especially the part when they were reading the book and all the light came out of the BL story. and also the part which Shan Hao Ting was talking with the friend, the Fuyoshi friend. And yeah, I think this is a wink. It's like, but it's not really that they are going that direction. They are showing us that they know that they can go in that direction. But I don't think we're going to have that. I think we're going to have a very wild ride. We got to have this beautiful episode, and we were maybe I was thinking, you know what? If this end up here, I'm happy because everyone is happy. But it's not that easy, right? They're going to have a lot of issues, but the difference is that I think they have the strength to fight, which whatever comes in their way. Okay, that's it for this week BL review. I hope you enjoyed it. Where I'm going to be I think I'm going to be doing an episode only for Until We Meet Again. It's going to be premiered this weekend. I'm really looking forward for that series. I think that is going to be the series of the season. But in the meantime, thank you for watching and see you next week.